Yo, what's going on, ladies and gents? Welcome to the greatest audio music podcast of all time. I'm talking about none other than the one with the true rhyme, ladies and gentlemen. Pans the Ox. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
Sounded like a hawk a little bit.
A little bit, you know, what I'm saying? Hey, a little bit.
Yeah.
We are in Atlanta.
I like
We
it.
in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? Hey,
Atlanta.
hey, Atlanta, you know, hey, shout out to Brian Cameron and the crew, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you know, I do my best. But welcome, guys. Welcome back. Happy New Year. We made it. What season is this for us now, guys? Season 3?
I think so.
I'll take it.
I think so. Yeah. I think we're on 3 right now.
I'll allow it. All right.
4. I got
All right.
I can't keep up
Like
anymore.
No.
Hey, man. You know what they say about them 3s, man? Third time the charm, baby. Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. Are we getting bigger and better, dog?
Oh, this is our year. Derrick is done playing with all you niggas. He came on set drinking. He has a cup of something like
show him what you got.
Juice.
Show him what you
playing
got.
with y'all.
I'm on my Janean vibes right now, man.
So
You know,
yeah, I think season 3 is starting with a bang. We're definitely starting on a different foot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this
different year.
You know, this is for those that don't know what sorrel is. You know, it's a.
Oh, sorrow. But don't you dare drop it on Nan Lick of Clothing because it's never coming out.
This will never come out of anything. I don't care whatever you. I don't care what you use. Nothing.
I have to wear a bib.
Yeah.
For the first time, kind of like eating the crab boils that comes with the sorrow for first timers. It should come with like a mat suit.
Yeah,
Come
it's
on,
100 proof rum and wines mixed with hibiscus and ginger and all that. Yeah, it's
so good,
amazing, great stuff.
See, this is why it's a new year, man. That's why
yeah.
This is exactly the type of vibes we bringing into y'all in 2022. So just know we appreciate you. But wait, hey man, just watch the growth. Watch the growth. Watch it come. Woo! Yes, sir. But what's going on, good peoples, man? Y'all already know it's your boy Dwayne, joined by Miss Bougie Thuggin, the Queen of Clatchet, not to be confused with the Queen of Ratchet. And I'm talking about my one true favorite cousin over here, Beanie Thuggin. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about Miss Janean.
So I hope that your other cousins don't get offended by that. Because I am a favorite cousin, but like you can have more than one favorite cousin, right?
You can have more than one favorite cousin.
Like I am your favorite cousin on this side of the Mason-Dixon line. Okay, cool.
Can you?
We'll just take it like that.
Can you? Of course. Cousins come a many, you know?
This is my favorite cousin to kick it with. This is my favorite cousin to talk politics with. This is my favorite cousin to go turn up. You know what I'm saying? Like each cousin has their lane.
See, I took it as overall favorite.
Hey now. Hey now.
I'm
That's
a competitor, so like it's either you in or you out. Like
I dig that. I respect that. Trust me. So, I get it. But no, man. No. We just, favorite cousin, as she broke it down so lovely. You know, you gotta just section it off, man. Section it off, Shout out to my cousin Phil. My favorite cousin to play video games with. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it just goes. It just happens. But anyways, it's not about that, y'all. Not about that. Ladies and gentlemen, now we got to introduce the guy. You already know, man. He's the man that never likes to be seen, but he is seen because he's always so mean in what he does. In the business, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? He's mean in the business. He give you the truth. It is what it is. He's the hardest working man in show biz. And I'm talking about my favorite critique of artiste, ladies and gentlemen. Chef it up one time with the sprinkle. Ladies and gentlemen, none other than Derrick Myers.
What's up, real talk. I'm about to have to come out with a shirt.
Yes.
With my little music notes coming down.
No, curry dust.
Okay. Also something that never leaves your clothes. to pick some better. Well, it's not your fault. It's your ancestry. So, but
No.
everything you want to do just stains, and it leaves its mark.
Well, it's that's how you should be anyway. You should want to leave your mark. So,
Okay, come through with the metaphors and analogies
you
and whatnot.
know,
Fuck with it. Okay.
that's what we plan to do.
Leaving our mark like Curry. I like it. Let's do
I love it. We need it.
Oh, that was the bar, Janine.
I
That
do what I
was
can
a
do and I can do
bar.
it.
I
Know what I
like
mean?
that. Because you could use it for Steph Curry, or you could use it for the
Curry
seasoning.
chicken.
I
Yeah.
like that. That was
I'm,
good.
I'm proud. I'm rubbing off on my cousin. I'm proud. This is a
Yeah.
proud
I'm a
moment.
rapper on the low. Y'all just don't know it yet. Like when I get my confidence up, it's gonna be around. I'm dropping mixtapes. It's gonna be fire.
You
As a
still need to
rapper.
get your bars on the intro.
I'm
Oh,
just really
yes.
scared. I'm just really scared because something popped up on my timeline. It was what is the Rashida song? It's not the I think he wanna marry me. It's
Oh
another
yeah. I know what you're saying.
another
Yeah.
one that came up on my timeline. I'm like, I just don't want that to be me. I just don't want that to be what I leave my mark as.
I don't I don't think
I
that.
don't think you could possibly ever do that, cousin.
No.
I
And,
don't think it's possible.
shout out to Rashida though. She's my favorite love and hip hop character. So that was no shade. I'm just saying.
Mama D's mine.
oh man.
She's my favorite. That she is funny as hell. But my bad. Thank you.
That's hey, I'm with it, man. You know.
Random.
Used to be Jocelyn for me, but it's been a while, so I can't even tell you guys.
Jocelyn is still top 5. She beat up the whole cat, like the whole cast. Her and Stevie J. Stevie J started it, but she finished it.
Yeah.
And I need you need somebody like that on your team.
Yes. Oh yeah, you do. You do.
Big
You gotta
facts.
figure out who the Jocelyn is of our team. Yeah.
Stay tuned.
We'll talk about that off here.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
All right. Well, welcome back, guys. I mean, it's been a minute. You know what I'm saying? I hope everybody had a nice time away in what was left of 2021. And now we're into this new year. So now this is going to be a tough question to ask because it's a new year and we're at the top where music's kind of sprinkled a little bit, but you know. Let's just see. Let's just pick some brains here. What's been in your ears?
I've been all over the place. First of all, we don't talk about Bruno. No. I don't know if y'all have seen Encanto yet, but we don't talk about Bruno is a motherfucking bop. Like it's so good.
It is.
Oh, it's so good. So yeah, I've been listening to that a lot. I've been listening to old Travis Scott. My playlist is a little controversial depending on what side of the fence you sit on, but I've been listening to like a lot of old Travis Scott, and I was listening to Maria with him, Justin Bieber, and Young Thug. And listening to Young Thug on that track, I'm like, did anybody bring him up for the king of R&B? Because like, say what you want about Young Thug, but the way that he rides a beat and the way that he's able to pick up a melody is fucking beautiful. So if you haven't heard Maria, it's an old song. Listen to it and tell me that Young Thug is not the king of R&B. Beautiful. And nobody talked about Tory Lanez dropping a project at the end of 2020, but it's so good. It's so good. It's called Alone at Prom. It gives you like Weekendish vibes, which is like this like 80s, like electric, airy type of thing. The whole project is so good. Like it had me, one track had me dancing like, what's her name? Molly Ringwald on The Breakfast Club. It's so good.
Wow.
That's what I've been listening to.
I didn't listen to the album. I did see LeBron was reviewing it though, but I never listened to it, but I'll check it out. I honestly I can't say I've listened to a Tory Lanez like project.
You didn't listen to Chicks Tape
No,
or any of the Chicks?
Hmm.
Sir,
I'm in
I
the same boat.
I
you're
didn't.
missing out.
I
Y'all are
didn't
missing
care.
out.
I can't say I've listened to a full Tory Lanez anything.
Yeah, yeah. I've heard
But
tracks from him. He is talented for sure.
mhm.
But I've never listened to a whole project, so I'll check it out. I'll check that out. Is that all you listen to?
Yeah,
Okay.
I had to think about it. Yep, that's it.
Think about it. Take a second. Yep.
All right. Since we last recorded, I was actually listening to a lot of Kanye,
Mm.
um, Adele, a little bit of Big Sean, but Corday dropped his album last week, right?
Oh, nice. I don't know.
I've listened to it 4 times already.
Corday's fire.
Corday is, I honestly, and I asked Darren is biased, okay? Like he's biased. I'm biased when it comes to J. Cole, but he's biased with Lil Baby. I told him because I was listening before I listened to the album, I listened to his freestyle on LA Leakers, which was fire. It was like an 8 minute freestyle. I don't know how anybody's gonna be able to go up on that after that, like for a while, because that was hard to follow up. But I asked him, I said, like, who of this generation of artists can lyrically mess with Corday or Jid?
This was a OTS group topic
I
or post,
I
right?
I
Okay.
put it in
Yeah.
there too because I don't know like who like lyrically of this new generation, this new batch of rappers, um, can lyrically go up against those two guys. I don't know who it would be. I really don't. And Lil Baby, I think he's good, but lyrically, I'm not putting him up there because he like it took for him to work with J. Cole for me to actually start liking something of his. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I know artists grow and stuff like that, but yeah, lyrically, I don't know who this new generation can really mess with them. I really not lyrically. I don't see it. I don't see it. But Corday dropped a fire project. If you haven't listened to that, check it out from a bird's eye view. It kind of gave me a little along the lines of For Your Eyes Only vibes of telling a story of you know your life and like um I know everybody a lot I know a lot of people have had lost friends and stuff like that, but um he basically had a friend that shot and killed last year I think, and
Mm.
it kind of mirrors For Your Eyes Only in terms of storytelling. So I thought it was very well done. So yeah, that's what I've been listening to.
With that, well, I feel you on Court Day. Just want to say, definitely found myself listening to a song of his the other day. Song that had him, her, and
Yeah.
Lil Durk.
Yeah,
Actually,
that's off the new album.
yeah, that was a vibe. So I had no clue that was even an album. I was just listening to that one song and put that thing on repeat because I was loving the vibes of it. And so probably gonna go back and listen to definitely that whole album for sure. Now that I know that that was an album, I was just kind of going through iTunes a little bit. Like, what's new? Who put something out? Let's check it out. Came across that in the top ones and was like, okay, cool. So basically, man, I'm not gonna lie, I've been on like shuffle mode in all honesty, just playing at shuffle. A little bit of everything. just whatever would come to mind, whatever was playing through the Apple Music shuffles in my phones. But did find myself listening to the game. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later in the history portion. But I found myself listening to the game, and apparently he has a new song out with Kanye. And Easy, boy, let me just say that that thing rolled so much. And so much to the point to me, especially with me not being on social media, I don't know how long this has been out, but just from my experience and hearing that for the first time, I have to find that beat now because I really love the way both of these gentlemen wrote this. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to freestyle that beat a little later. That might be the first beat of 2022 I freestyle too.
That would be nice.
That Easy joint is nice. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to get on there real quick. That's smooth. I like that. Also, speaking of Easy, Wheezy, Lil Wayne dropped a little something. Checked it out, and it's pretty straight for the most part. I didn't really go through the whole album, but from my ride in the car listening to the first few songs, typical Lil Wayne of modern day. Nothing was too stand out.
Wait, he dropped a whole project?
Oh yeah. He dropped some type of project, whatever that was. Yeah. What was that? Let's see. That was, oh boy, you gonna make me look at it live. Let's see here. Let's see what that was. Yeah, Sorry for the Wait. That's what he dropped.
Okay.
Sorry for the Wait. So
I'm gonna listen to this. I love Wayne.
So Lil Wayne dropped something called Sorry for the Wait. I will tell y'all that based off Apple Music and their popular ones of this, the popular songs off of this album seem to be a song called Cameras, which I did listen to, pretty straight when it's more modern. Lil Romeo, I felt like he snapped on a little bit. Anti-Hero, Tunchi's back, and Tunchi's rolling. That's
I thought this was an old mixtape that he did.
Maybe it's Sorry for the Wait, like, because I think he had a couple of Sorry for the Wait, right? But you notice how it's for instead of spelling out the word for. Maybe this is the fourth installment of the Sorry for the Wait.
Oh, that's what I was thinking. Oh, no. It's the old one, but he added 4 new tracks. That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
Then. He pulled a Nicki Minaj. Okay.
Because I was about to say, shout out to this feature list, because like Lil B got out. Okay, yeah. So this is making sense.
He pulled a Nicki Minaj. I feel like my stylist when she said she was such a Nicki Minaj fan until she had to take the statement back when she drops Beam Me Out Scotty and was like, hey, y'all heard that new Nicki Minaj? And they're like, girl, literally it's old. Like it's just the first 4 that were like new. And I was like, she just felt so destroyed. Like, oh, I'm not as much of a Nicki fan as I thought. I should have seen that, so sorry, Weezy. I didn't realize it was an older project, but I mean, hey, it definitely at least had some new tracks. So
and y'all peep how I was like, no, you see how it's the number 4 instead of spelling out the word? I'm so full of shit.
I think I
was really trying to make that make sense. That's hilarious.
Yeah, we all
y'all just let me go too. Shout out to
y'all. While you were saying that, I was in the middle of looking up because I was like, I thought I could have sworn this was an older project.
Yeah, I know, man. I know. Okay. It's something, but I did check out. If that's the case, if he had those first 3, then I checked those out, and those were pretty good. Also, I want to shout out my boy DJ, who put me on NBA YoungBoy, and he dropped an album which I had a chance to check out a little bit. Not really into the modern rappers that hard, but from checking it out, it was pretty straight for those out there. Shout out to our boy Darren. People that's their generation right there. So hey, it's pretty straight, kind of cool. I mean, not my personal preference, but get more on that guy a little later in the segments too. But nonetheless, that's really all that's been in my ears, y'all. It's been kind of one of those light weeks, one of those light past weeks. I'm waiting for the new juicy stuff to talk about to come. So whatever artists, as a matter of fact, we'll transition into that. I think that should be the main topic. I want to know who y'all are predicting a big year from. What's an artist that you see a big year coming from? That's the perfect way to start off a brand new episode of Past the Ox. So we'll save that for the later. I want y'all to ponder and think about that.
Yeah.
You know, we'll close the show out with that one. Yeah. We'll close the show out on that one because, you know, we had some artists with some big years last year. So I want to see what y'all think in y'all mind is going to come out with a big year this year in 2022. That being said, this is where we turn it over to my cousin. And she give us some entertaining news. What's going on, cousin?
All right, so I would like to start this off by saying when it comes to journalistic integrity, which I know is one of the pillars of OTS, please don't hold me to a high standard when it comes to some of this stuff because like I don't care, but like it's enough to catch my ear and I catch bits and pieces of it. So please, by all means, do your own research and then come back in the comments and fact check me or add to the conversation or do whatever you may need to do. So what had happened was this. A couple weeks ago, I don't know time. Last week, a couple weeks ago, on Clubhouse, there was some controversy dealing with Roddy Ricch, right? And somebody who I presume claims to be an OG from his hood was basically going on there for days, like basically saying that Roddy's really not from there. He doesn't want him claiming the set. He was only jumped in for like 3 seconds. He didn't want the young homies to even do it. And he feels like Roddy he doesn't come around enough to basically like claim that hood or whatever. So in comes Whack 100. I think he brings Roddy into the conversation, and Roddy's like, bro, like, what more do you want from me? Like, as far as showing up and doing stuff for my neighborhood, like I come out during holidays, I am passing out turkeys, I am giving the kids bikes, I'm not understanding. So after that first conversation, he comes back the next day. Mind you, all of this is happening at like 5 a.m. My time. So I'm asleep, but I'm in and out of it, right? So
Oh, you were actually in the room listening to this.
You know, kind of.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
She giving you that insight reporter news, man. You know,
I mean, I was there, but like, you know,
she's giving us the exclusive. You know,
yeah. So, so he just keeps going on about just, I guess, trying to call Roddy a poser. And so these two girls come up and they ask a question at the same time. The first girl was like, basically like, why is it so important for you to feel like Roddy comes out there, especially after current events with Dolph and like other artists like that? And then another girl follows up with like, what is your point? Like, what is your purpose of basically calling him out? And homie spazzes, y'all sound fucking dumb. Like just going in. And I'm listening to all this and I'm like, before I speak, I would like to say, I'm not from the hood. I'm hood adjacent, right? So like by all means, I'm not a part of that culture and I don't want to sound like disrespectful or anything, but it's kind of like, do we feel like gang banging is kind of played out like the shit's kind of lame? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like as a grown man, like you're putting a lot of emphasis. You're on Clubhouse going off screaming, arguing with females about how you're basically trying to say that this person shouldn't claim a set. You know what I mean? And I feel like we're really past that. Like I think it's okay to rep your hood and put on for your city. Like I throw a north side all day, but I also understand that this doesn't necessarily mean shit. It's more of me being proud of being from the north side. But if I was to throw this up and like a grown woman came up to me trying to fight over that, like I'll look at her like she's fucking dumb. But again, we don't come from that culture. I just feel like the whole gangbanging shit is played out, and the girl, good point. Like, why do you feel like he needs to be out there when every artist that goes back to their hood ends up getting touched? So it sounds like you're looking for a handout, maybe. It sounds like you're trying to extort, possibly. And I don't know. I think it's dumb.
Yeah. I don't know if the because again, like you said, we're not from that lifestyle. But um I don't know if the rules of the game are the same anymore. Because it used to be where like if you had an OG, like and they had something to say to you, you're not going to a platform to say it. You're saying it to the person you have an issue with.
And then can we also talk about if you're an OG the way you say you are, then how was he able to get jumped in? It like if you have that much stain and that much say,
Mm-hmm.
why was he able to infiltrate
Plus,
if he
I
did
don't,
it?
I don't. Far be it from me to say, because yeah, I ain't got nothing to do with this shit. But um, is isn't snitching one of those things that just like also is a code of ethics? You don't do it, and I feel like going on a platform like that and saying that you are a part of the set, whatever set you claim, and claiming whatever is slightly snitching on yourself. I don't, and then going at women as well. I don't. To me, it doesn't seem like the rules of the game are what they used to be. So I don't know what what they do now, but I mean that's not what I'm used to, because it used to be where you didn't hear anything like if you weren't
Mhm.
a
They just
part of
wore
it,
colors and that was it.
you saw
But
the colors
mum's
and you
the
left them alone.
word. Yeah,
Yeah,
mum's the
yeah.
word. You don't know what's happening over
You
there.
don't know with anything. So it was all in-house type of stuff. It was never that we as the public knew about what was actually going on. So I yeah, I don't know. I guess new day and age type thing where they do their own thing, but it's not.
Mhm.
It doesn't make any sense to me to even if you're in a gang or not, why you would argue with a woman on social media, basically,
Mhm.
about something that she doesn't really have anything to do with.
And it was a valid question.
It's a
You know
valid
what I
question,
mean?
yeah,
Like you getting upset is just further proof that like you're just doing too much.
yeah.
Yeah, this this is not Wax's first time being in this situation.
Also,
Clearly,
I don't think Wax started it. I think he just like brought Roddy in. Like I don't know what the guy's name is.
okay. So never mind. Okay, so I'm thinking this was all whack again because he's been in his headlines already with the stuff for 21, and it was just like, man, again, bro, like, come on,
He just
man.
came out and said something about Bobby Smurda.
See,
I like Bobby Smurder, man.
No, like I don't know what the
He's a
problem
good
is.
it's
guy.
it's oh boy, this clubhouse beef is something, boy. I tell you, it's amazing how this platform's still so new and yet still
I
it's
didn't even
getting
know it was
famous for the
still
wrong
around.
reasons. It, apparently, it's around for the wrong reasons. it's it's literally hey, let's just see who can get the latest beef conversation from people who should be sleeping, but then again, now nightlife, it is what it is. So apparently it's I don't know, man. I haven't been on there in forever these days, so it's hard to tell when stuff happens on in there. It's just like, yeah, cool little platform, but nah, man. I don't know. It's becoming a beef fest now. That's like, jeez. I don't know. I can't really input much on it, but it's just interesting that you interesting way to start off. But yeah, that's just dumb. That's just dumb. Um, yeah. Derrick looked like he's about to say something on that.
No, I ain't got nothing else to say.
Nothing else.
It's
He's like,
just I don't. Yeah, I ain't got nothing else to say.
Cuzzo, what else been going on in the world these days?
I was gonna say on a more positive note, but it's not positive. There is a Bronx fire, and Cardi B is gonna take care of all of the finances for the funerals of the people lost, which I think is dope because that's how you give back to your hood, right?
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Incredibly.
And I mean the same way Roddy is going back and giving out turkeys and bites to the kids and giving the kids something to look up to, I guess. That's how you give back. I don't think going to stand on the corner and kick it is how you
What's the
prove
purpose of doing that?
that. That was the question that was asked, but wasn't answered. At least not when I was in the room because I left.
That doesn't make any sense, man. Yeah, shout out to Cardi for that because that's. 'Cause I think it was like 7 people that died in that fire, something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to her. That's amazing.
Wow. That's yeah. Shout out to that. You love hearing the positivity. You don't get enough of that for sure. Especially with an artist like Cardi, man. Just goes to show you how real she is, man. Shout out to you, Cardi. Winning in every ways, many ways than one. Now, well, no, let's keep it on the positive train, actually. I'm gonna keep it on the positive train before I actually bring that up. We're gonna keep it on the positive train. We're gonna talk about two legendary gentlemen, actually, before I get into the negative again. Shout out to two brothers doing positive things in the streets in their own right. A mogul, if you will, and Jay-Z, and another mogul in Meek Mill, as they try to get law passed to not use rap lyrics in courts. Shout out to OTS Media Co for basically giving us the news and putting this exclusive out there for the people. But y'all, what y'all think about that, man? How dope is that?
That's super dope, yo. Cause it is like this is entertainment, right? We don't know if what they're saying is true or not. So like to try to link it to, what I'm saying, an actual crime may be far fetched, may be of reach. I don't know if they're using rock stars lyrics for any of their court cases. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Mhm.
But I think it's dope that they're doing that.
Okay, so I'm torn actually because I think it's a good thing, but there's a lot of artists that just end up again snitching on themselves. So it somewhat makes sense if someone, I don't have any examples, okay? 'Cause I didn't pay attention to a lot of this a lot of people that have gone through this, but there have been artists um that have put different things in their music that have basically told, you know, crimes that they did that I, that I believe were actively, still active cases. So I don't know, like I get it because I know that there have been a lot of times where artists have actually had their lyrics misinterpreted in cases, and that's, messed them up or whatever. Like I think from that standpoint, it's a good thing. But if you're snitching on yourself, man,
I feel like if they're messy enough or slow enough to put it in a song, then they're sloppy enough to leave other, what I'm saying, evidence. Detective, do your fucking job and go
yeah.
do some detective work. Find some like tangible evidence and
Hmm.
let's leave the music to the music and let's just assume it is entertainment.
Do you actually think this goes through? Because that's a part of it that
Wow.
I'm skeptical if it goes through, because if they're already using it like that, I'm pretty sure they're gonna have pushback on this for a long time.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a long time for this even gets passed. So it's not like this is gonna happen tomorrow, but um yeah, I'm skeptical that it gets passed. But even if it does, I'm still torn on it because I see it from both sides.
Hmm.
I see it from both sides. I get it, but I think what they're doing is positive because I'm pretty sure there are more artists that are negatively impacted to where they're not attached to these crimes than actually are attached to these crimes or linked to these crimes. So I I I, I salute them for that, for sure, for actually trying to do something and make a difference with music in different ways. Um, so I love it from that perspective. But there's niggas out there that are just gonna just telling themselves just
They're gonna find other ways. They're gonna be
it's
with a whole murder weapon. Like they're gonna find other ways to tell on themselves.
yeah. Yeah, so that's why I'm torn because I can see it from both sides, but I love what Jay-Z and Meek have been doing. Fat Joe is working with them as well, and there's some other artists, but I think the stuff that Jay-Z has been doing over the last couple of years, and anyway, just to help artists get empowerment with their catalogs and everything, you can't be mad at it.
Mhm.
That's great stuff. So I mean, salute. I love it.
That's true. Yeah, it's pretty dope to see. I mean, I can see why you're torn on that, because definitely there are some out there, more specifically like the street style rappers, I guess, that
Mm.
cryptically or directly say some things where you like, okay, murder on my mind, okay, interesting, things like that. Then you think about a Snoop Dogg back in the day with murder was the case. So I mean, there's a lot of things where you look at that and I say it's actually pretty dope because I know if I'm not mistaken, they tried to use that. Didn't they try to do that on Pac a couple of times? Try to use his lyrics against
I
him.
think
They tried
so.
to use.
I think so.
They do that with a lot of rappers over the years, so it's actually cool to see. I think Ti, Lil Wayne, you go down the list. I'm pretty sure any of these rappers that were in legal troubles, that was the first thing they would, oh, let's go get his rap lyrics. This is, hey, Your Honor, look at all X, Y, and Z and what this was said. And I quote, da, 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 it's music, man. It's art. So,
Yeah.
but um, hey, hope everything is successful. We'll see how it plays out. Wait and see, man. Definitely something to see. But while we're on the subject of lyricism and lyrics and this law, this may be a good thing as a blessing in disguise for these rappers who are caught in a three-way beef, ladies and gentlemen. So there is an escalating three-way feud that is going on between the following rappers: Lil Durk, NLE Chopper, and NBA Youngboy have literally resulted in social media beefs at this point, which are really escalating. So Lil Top escalated the tension on Thursday. This is compliments to Hip Hop DX. On Thursday, January 21st, by posting a pair of photos on Instagram. Kid you not, ladies and gentlemen, I'll even show you the photo. Where he literally is laying with a pile of cash that reads, "You niggas gon' die." Then he posted another photo that said, "Stay safe," with cash written out, and "Stay safe." So Dirk seen this, little Dirk saw this post, and he decided to respond in his own way with a load of cash on the stairs that say, "Y'all niggas, hurry y'all up." So with another load of cash right there in his face, covering up as the cash is spelling out what it is spelling out when he says, "Hurry y'all bitch ass," all that, just the whole thing. So, ladies and gentlemen, I say all of this to say that it's my understanding NLE Chopper kind of got caught in crossfire, basically, since from this, just from siding with something Dirk said. NBA Young Boy is basically the 50 Cent of modern day rappers because apparently whoever he's beefing with, and apparently he's beefing with a lot of rappers these days, whoever he beefs with, if you decide to side with any of those rappers, well, guess what? You're going to get this too. So, nonetheless, it's just a continuous cycle and a continuous circle of, rap beefs. Gotta love it. But
It's silly.
this,
Yeah.
Silly.
See,
Y'all are spelling out messages with cat. Like y'all are blessed. You don't need to do this. This is silly. This is dumb. This is social media shit.
Mhm.
I don't
but
think
they're
we
not
should.
gonna
Oh,
do anything though. That's another part of this.
Lil Durk also captioned in that we colorblind, but we still see red. So that was indicated to be a shot at NBA YoungBoy because of the fact that his album recently that I spoke about earlier is entitled Colors. So, yeah, it just adds to the fact of what you said, Derrick. Are they going to do it? No, they're not. And if they do, the entourage is doing the dirty work. It's way too much about nothing, man. Way too much about nothing.
See, like, but see again, like the
You would, I know,
the
man.
I don't even want to call this beef. This is like impossible
This is
burger.
trolling.
This is like this is
Not the
fake.
Impossible Burger.
Yeah, this is fake. This isn't gonna they're not gonna do anything. This is not because like what we grew up on were like the beefs that were actually happening, those are real. You know, like even if they didn't, like for example, the West Coast East Coast thing, whether Biggie and Pac actually felt that way about each other, whatever, their entourage felt that way, and it escalated. Right? This
Mhm.
this if you're putting stuff out on social media, and if you're actually dumb enough to follow through with it, that's your fault.
I told you they're gonna find other ways to tell. Take, take the
You
lyrics out.
did say this.
this
You
is
did say this.
this is dumb, man. This is dumb. I don't. They're not gonna do anything. They probably gonna. I don't think. What's the last beef that y'all actually took seriously?
The last beef took seriously.
Gucci, Jeezy, Dolph, and Gotti. Them.
Uh man, honestly, eesh. Yeah, you can say Gucci, Jeezy, and I mean, for me, it's honestly like 50 and Ja. It's because still to this day, these niggas don't like each other. So it's,
Yeah, yeah.
and it it's
Because
the
like,
only one I can really take serious because it's like it literally is. I mean, if you want to throw Pac and Biggie's beef out there too, I mean, but we can't say anything about it because of the ending result of both men. So it's like I don't know, man. It's hard to take today's beef serious because what's it really about?
see, and that's what I'm saying. Like, even the Drake and Kanye thing, I didn't take that seriously.
No, because we
Drake.
saw them on a concert. Like,
No, before that, I like because Drake was on was it Rap Radar, I think, like 2020 or 2019, and talking about it, like, but I mean, like he even wrote he put stuff in his music about it too. Like
Yeah.
like you're not a goon, bro. Like you're Aubrey Graham. You're not gonna do anything. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not really about that life. And
mm,
that's how I take this. I don't like these guys aren't gonna do anything. They're not gonna do anything. This beef
wow.
today is not it's just not what it used to be. I like I hate even saying it like that because it's not like it's something you should glorify, but it's
Mm,
not the same thing. Like the Yo Gotti Dolph situation. Like you have Yo
mm,
Gotti actually, making this music video where it looks like he's standing in front of a mausoleum with Dolph's name on it, right? Like, or a
mm,
tombstone, and it just, yeah, like to me that more so feels like a beef, like
mm.
that was legit.
It
Uh,
was.
this
It was.
I'm not taking this seriously. This is just stupidity.
Mm. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I hated to kind of bring that after two lightly positive notes, but it was just said, hey, put the kitty beefs aside, y'all. Stop it. Stop it. You know, just make music. Make good music for your fans, man. That's all they want. Good music for y'all. To which, if you're an NBA YoungBoy fan, yeah, if you're yeah, if you're an NBA YoungBoy fan, you got music out of the whole deal. That's the whole thing. You got an album out of this. Now everybody else remains to be seen. We'll see how that plays out. But moving on to our history portion here, it has been compliments again to the reference of the OTS Media Co. Instagram page.
That's OTS.
We are celebrating. Shout out to OTS. Yes, cousin. You're so right. We are celebrating 17 years since the game dropped the documentary, which was his debut album, right around the time when he was technically affiliated with G Unit. So, man, personally, I know this was definitely one of my favorite albums from the game. Honestly, was one of them definitely, and it's actually crazy because that album, I remember once when I went back and listened to it since the days of when it was out in high school. And I remember I was like, man, I forgot. I was like, goodness, I forgot how great this album was. I was like, man, like, you know, it just goes to show how much of a classic that album was for Game. And shout out to him, man. A lot of people may have thought that he fell off from that point, but he really, it's just when you go independent and you choose to put your music out yourself and go that independent route, people seem to think you fall off. But now every artist is looking to do that. So
yeah, he did before it was popular.
Yeah, he really did. And I think he doesn't get enough credit for that because that was at a time frame where labels were still kind of considered king.
Oh, they were running everything.
Yeah, and he chose to go that independent route. So I, you know, did you guys have any favorites coming from that album or an album like that from back then? Outside of that obvious, this is how we do that every middle school and high school and everyone else played left and right.
Hate it or love it, I love too. I did not like when he put Mary on there. All respect to Mary J. Blige. Yeah. I just didn't like when he did that. But the game was like was like a breath of fresh air when he came, especially to be affiliated with G Unit, who was very much like New York. You know what I mean? So to see them, I don't know, like the merger of West Coast, East Coast was nice. Well, we saw how that ended, but still, it was dope to see. That was a time to be alive.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Let me ask you a quick question, Dwayne. As an artist, did this album influence any of your music at any point in time?
You know what? Honestly, it did to a degree. Because for me, my favorite album, honestly, from Game was actually Doctor's Advocate. Because that's the one I found myself listening to over and over and over. But I went back and listened to the documentary and was like, dang, dog, I didn't realize, because when that one was out, that's when I was still in my hits phase. So it was kind of like, I only knew what was on the radio. But then when I listened to this album, like Dreams, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's just the fact that from top to bottom, I remember listening to that album, like re-listening to it, and I was like, I didn't skip a single song. His lyricism was on a different level at that point. And it I guess you could say it did influence me, man, for sure. Because Game was definitely one of my favorite rappers at one point. At that time frame, I definitely remember he was definitely one of my favorites, especially when he was doing the 300 bars and I played those things so faithfully. It wasn't even funny. And I guess I can say for sure, a lot of my lyricism I do owe to a guy like the Game for sure. Before the Kendrick Lamars, the J. Coles and all of them, man, he doesn't get enough credit, man. I feel like Game doesn't get enough credit sometimes, man. And it's pretty sad to see sometimes, you know?
Yeah, I almost feel like he's one of those guys that might not get his credit until he's gone, which is weird to say. That's very weird to say that because he's done a lot. Again, being among some of the first to actually go independent before that became a popular thing, like that's a hard thing to do. That's a hard
Yeah.
thing to do back then. Like now it's easy because we had the technology, right? They didn't
Yeah.
have the technology back then to do all that,
Yeah.
So yeah, shouts out to him, man. Shouts out
Shouts
to him.
out.
I
Big
wouldn't
shouts
mind
out.
hearing him with Kendrick now.
Mm.
Mm,
I wouldn't mind hearing that.
I agree because the last time I recall them doing a song was when Kendrick was on his uprise, and it
Yeah,
was a song called "The City."
yeah,
And all due respect to Game, man, I ain't gonna lie, I felt like Kendrick had just murdered that because I was like, maybe he knew that because he
yeah.
he purposely put Kendrick right at the end, and just
Mm,
Kendrick just went bonanza and just
yeah.
like gave,
Bananas.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like extravaganza mixed with banana, just give it all.
I love that word.
You know?
Yeah. No, because I feel like if they were to do a project or just a track together, I feel like he would take it to another level because
Mhm.
you gotta match Kendrick's energy. If you're not matching that level of creativity or anything like that, you might as
Mhm.
well not jump onto a project with him because he will body you.
Mhm.
So yeah, yeah, I would like to hear something from them together.
I dig that. I dig that. So guys, that does it for our history portion of things. Um, that being said, what else was you guys looking to cover before I bring it back to our final point?
That's all I have.
I forgot there
Anybody
was
else got
something
anything?
else. Nah, but yeah, I guess that's it. Because there was something else, but I don't remember what it was.
Hmm.
Oh, I got something. Um, when we did our last episode of 2021 and we did albums of the year,
Yes.
Mhm.
I forgot to say Isaiah Rashad. How dare I forget? That
Mm,
album was so good and I
yeah.
still listen to it. It just, if I don't take notes, I'm gonna forget something. So I just wanted to give him his flowers because I love that
I
album.
love it. Respect.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting to see who's whose music this year is just like
Okay, segue.
Well, I'm glad. Yes, sir. Look at you with the
Look at the
segue.
and transitions and whatnot.
Oh boy, yes,
I
sir.
learned
You're
from him.
learning.
I learned
You're
from him.
learning, my boy. Well, guys, listen, all things come, and this is going to be a regular for us. There's always a beginning and there's always an end. And we gave y'all an end in terms of how we felt reflecting on a lot of the music that came out to us on last year and who we felt like stood out with album of the year. So now, with this being 2022 and we're still so early into this new year, there's a long year ahead of us. And I must ask my fellow co-hosts here, my panel guys and girl, do you guys and girl feel, who do you feel, honestly, whether it's someone on the come up? Matter of fact, I'll break this down in this way. We'll break it in like 3 parts.
Yikes.
Give me your artist on the come up that you think is going to just break out this year. Give me your artist of the present that we haven't heard from that's going to break out this year.
Haven't heard from in a while, or just like they.
Yeah, probably like in a while, whether like, let's say they didn't drop anything last year,
Okay.
no singles, no albums, no nothing. You didn't even hear a feature from them. Like somebody you could think of that was real quiet last year, if anybody. Okay, who do you think you're going to hear from in 2022? And more importantly, what veteran do you think is really just going to hit the scene and just blow up? Kind of like a Drake or a Kanye did, and just come out and just dominate the headlines.
All right. So, okay. I think, or who I'm looking forward to, Baby Keem. I think he's
Mm.
gonna have a good year. I'm really looking forward to what he's gonna be doing. R&B artist Money Long. She's been blowing up like crazy on all these little TikTok videos and like her single Hers and Hers. I think she's gonna do big things. And to piggyback off
Oh,
of yeah. You said on the come up somebody we haven't heard and then veteran. Back off of Baby Keem, I think I would like to see Kendrick do something because his features on Baby Keem's project were like so hopefully he does something. And then veteran, Cardi's gonna drop something. Like Cardi's gonna come out
mm,
with a single that's gonna be playing all fucking year. So I'm just waiting on her to drop that.
Okay.
yeah. Up and coming. Um, I think Shinsei is gonna.
Yes.
I think she's. I think this year is gonna be her year. Um, let me see. What was the other one? We
Um,
haven't heard from in a
haven't
while.
heard from in a while. Right.
Um, Kendrick for sure, but I don't know if this is really. See, okay, I'm gonna say Big Sean. I'm gonna say Big Sean. I want to say Kendrick, but just because Janae said Kendrick already, I'm gonna say Big Sean. He did drop a small project at the end of last year. I think it was like right before Christmas. Um, but this is this is his first time being able to produce music not under a label, and so being an independent artist, I think we're gonna see Big Sean come out with like a different level. And I thought that project he dropped with Hit Boy was phenomenal. Only 6 tracks, but phenomenal. Um, and veteran we haven't heard from. I think Beyonce's dropping something.
Oh, that's a great prediction.
I think Beyonce's dropping something sometime this year. I think we're gonna hear from her. I want to say around spring or summer
Yep. Hmm.
because we haven't heard anything from her in a second. So that's who I'm going with. Shouldn't say Kendrick or Big Sean and Big Beyonce.
I dig that. All right. I see it. I see it.
Real quick question since you brought up Beyonce, Dwayne. Did you watch
Mm,
Beyonce's visual album for
Black is
Lion King yet?
King.
no, I have
Okay.
not.
We don't have to get
I
into
have
it. It's
not, people.
I just want to curious.
I have not, people. That thing pops up right on my, and I still just bypass it.
Because you need to watch it. It's a masterpiece. That is a beautiful work of art.
I cried slick. You know what I mean? It was beautiful.
I
Oh
thought I
no,
wanted
man.
to cry. That's
Right,
why.
like it almost happened, but I was like, no.
Yeah, yeah. I
I don't know, man.
pull that back up.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't
You
know.
got to watch it. I'm actually going to have to watch that again. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it since we first discussed it on here. But that was a masterpiece. Masterpiece.
Mm,
I think if you open up a wing of a museum and like there's visual art,
mhm.
which I think we're going to end up having because of NFTs and stuff like that. I think that should be in there.
Mm.
It was that well done.
I concur.
I concur. I like that. I love that. Okay. Well, let's see here. My up and coming artist. Okay. So part of me thinks that Black's gonna break out really heavy this year. I feel like Black's gonna really break out this year. Like it's gonna be all over the place. So he's my up and coming. He's my up and coming. Um, artists you haven't heard from in a while. Definitely gonna go, of course, with the Kendrick route. But I'm gonna go with my boy Big Crit, man. I'm gonna go with my boy
I
Big
knew in
Crit.
my spirit you was gonna say Big Crit.
I'm gonna go with my boy Big Crit.
Mm.
Only because he did drop that, like I said, he did when he put his mixtapes on, you know, the official streaming platforms, his classic mixtapes. I know he did do, you know, freestyle, not quite free. Like I said, that wasn't to him. That wasn't really late as a official project of something new. So he's been teasing a lot of his fans, man. He's been teasing a lot of his fans, saying I got a lot of dope new music coming. So I just feel like something's on the horizon this year. I don't know who can quite win, but I just feel like, man, somewhere this year he's gonna make some real noise with an album, man, and I'm really looking forward to whatever that is he about to bring out to the people, man. I'm looking forward to it. My veteran, man, my veteran called us a wild shot here. But y'all think Snoop Dogg gonna come out with an album for y'all, man? I think Uncle Snoop gonna give y'all something.
Hold on, did he come up with something?
Last thing he's come out with, I mean, he did a Chai Tea with Heidi single that he dropped on the 14th.
Algorithm.
Another tall, dread-headed man came out with a project like this week. I want to say 2 Chainz, who I love,
I was like,
who I love, but I'm gonna have to sit with that one a couple more times
Sit
before.
that one. That would be one to sit with.
Who is Heidi?
That's what I was trying to figure out. I was like, who's Heidi? I was gonna go Wiz, but I saw he dropped something actually on the 10th of December last year, which was a project.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I was gonna go Wiz Khalifa.
Snoop dropped in November.
Mm-hmm.
November 19th. Algorithm.
Quite interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, I still haven't been able to check that out, but this will be a really good project. I heard a lot of good things about that.
Quite big things about it. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's tough, you know, because you just, you know, this to me seems like an interesting year as a whole, given what all we got from last year. I mean, you had your Drake album, you had your J. Cole album, you had your Kanye album, you know? So the Meccas, unless Jay-Z just randomly decides to drop something this year, which he's doing other things, so, you know, why would he? Why would he, right? Why would he drop an album? Why would he? Why would he?
Funny if Rihanna finally gave her Navy the album that they want. She's probably it's okay to give people hope.
Put her in the people you have not heard from category.
You think that's happening this year?
No,
I don't think so either.
I think she's over it. Like she's a
billionaire.
Yeah, I have the business moves I got going on over here with Fenty. I don't have to get in the studio.
She's the Dr. Dre of our time now, guys, where it's gonna keep teasing you, and then when you're at the point where you don't care anymore per se, it just suddenly hits. Dr. Dre was teasing his fans for years when it came to another Dr. Dre album. Everybody was like, when are we gonna get it? When are we gonna get it?
Well, he's supposed to be doing the halftime show with Kendrick, Mary J. Blige, Eminem, Snoop. I think I'm missing. Oh, Ice Cube. That's another person. So yeah, I think any one of them could drop a project. Well, Snoop already did, but I think.
Speaking of which, he actually was the guy I was gonna say in my veteran. Since Snoop dropped something, Eminem is probably gonna give y'all something this year. It's been a while since you got a little M album. I wouldn't be surprised if you got that Eminem album.
He's on that Corday album, and he sounded good. He sounded good. I was glad to hear that. Yeah. What about Wayne? You think Wayne could drop?
I'm giving it to Nicki Minaj before I give it to Wayne. Because actually, she was somebody I did think That's another person I was thinking actually. As far as who you haven't heard from, I do think it's overdue for Nicki to give you an album, and I think Nicki's gonna give you an album. And I see Janine with that blank look on her face. Why are you looking like that, Janine? Why are you looking like that? What is that about?
Because I smoke a lot. It's not because I'm throwing shade. I promise. I'm down for either one of them dropping projects. I really am.
You want that Young Money?
I need
That Young
Nicki
Money.
to drop, but I need her to like go back to those hungry days, like lyrically. I need her to do that. That's what I want to hear from her. The you know, the whole Barbie thing is cool, but I want to hear the beast. I like she is lyrical. Like
You want that monster, Nicki?
I want that monster. Give me that's what I want. I don't want to hear the whole pop era Barbie Nicki. I don't want to hear that.
I don't think you would get. I don't think you would honestly get that. We know that
she's
that
40,
era doesn't work anymore.
you know, like get back to the basics. I want to hear that. Because that Nicki, oh my God.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like she would drop one just because I mean, think about the females in hip hop right now. It's a little quiet right now, a little bit. You know, Cardi's on the thing, Meg's done a thing. It's a little quiet on the top scene. So I said, could get somebody new. We could, I don't know.
When did Meg drop? That was 2020 or 2021? I feel like
2021, I do believe, but it was like early or mid 2021 when she dropped that.
Early. Well,
it made some noise, but it didn't last too long.
It was okay. It was good, but it wasn't what I wanted from her lyrically either. You know, like I would love if she dropped and was like lyrical. You could still do the whole body positivity thing that you want to do. Give me the bars. I want the bars. That's like her freestyles are crazy. I don't want to have to hear. I don't have to go back to your freestyles just to get bars from you, man. Give me the music. Give me. That's what I want.
Talked about. I think guys want that, but she's feeding to her fan base and what she knows is gonna make money for her, and that's the body positive ass shaking stuff.
Yeah, you could do both.
Yeah, it may surprise you a little bit, y'all. It may surprise you. Just
twerk and spit at the same time, but come on, like
I think that's what she do. You just want like
I want the bars. Yeah. I want the bars.
The bars.
I want the bars.
Bring the bars.
Give me those lyrics, man.
Bring the bars.
That's what I love. Female rap, like when they like a lot of those female rappers that in old school, just I like that. So that's what I want with like some of these newer artists. Like I get it. You got to do what sells, especially if you're under a label. I get it, but Jesus, man.
Yeah, because the last thing we've heard from Nicki is a remix with Bia. Whole lot of money.
It's a whole lot of money.
That's right. Yeah, I need some bars, man.
And that was a single in 2021. So yeah, as far as projects are concerned, like a full-fledged project, Queen in 2018. It's time, Nicki.
Been a while. Yeah, it's been a while.
I even listen to that.
Dang, Janine.
I did, but
did I even listen to that?
I didn't. I ain't gonna lie to you. I didn't.
I did. No shade. I just don't remember.
I mean, the first song is called Ganja Burn. I'm surprised.
Hey. I feel like you're putting me into a box here, sir. I don't appreciate it. I'm just joking. Just playing.
Oh, it's all love to my favorite cousin, man. You know how that goes. But hey. Barbie Dreams, though. So that's a vibe killer to Derrick. So.
Oh, I remember that. I remember
Because he said he doesn't want the Barbie. That last album had a song called Barbie Dreams, so I don't know.
No, I definitely didn't listen to the last album. I know I may have listened to a couple tracks, but I wasn't listening to that whole thing.
Chun-Li, that's right. That was the one that had Chun-Li on it. I remember now.
Yeah. I need old school Nicki. Before the plastic surgery, before joining Young Money, I need that Nicki. I need that.
That Pink Friday Nicki.
Yes, like give me just
Roman's Revenge, Nicki.
Yeah, one more time before you either retire or you just move on to something else. Like just give me one more project like that, please.
Mm-hmm. Can't agree more, man. Can't agree more. So we're gonna see. Sit tight, ladies and gentlemen, and enjoy the ride. As 2022 is underway, and I know, just like my crew, y'all out there are excited. So y'all let us know who your breakout artist from the come up is. Who's the artist that we haven't heard from in quite a while that you think is gonna break out and say, oops, I was surprised. Thought you forgot about me. No, I'm here making a bang and a splash. And of course, who's that veteran to let y'all know and remind y'all, hey, I've been doing this and I'm still doing this.
Question, so, you saying splash made me think of Splash Waterfalls. Do we want another Chris, or are we okay with just listening to his old stuff?
Ludacris got that faster. He got that Fast and Furious money, man. He don't need.
Yeah, he don't
just
need
like what y'all. He don't need it either. He good. He coolin'.
Ludacris. I don't think he has a desire. Not to say that the desire wouldn't come back. I don't think he has a desire for it.
You may get a verse or two from him, a feature. I wouldn't be surprised. You know, maybe.
Who? Like who would he feature with?
That remains to be seen, my brother.
New school
I don't
artist
know.
Or old
think about the fact that people remix songs all the time. You could easily see somebody remix one of his classics and he hops on.
Yeah, he was on Chick's Tape with Tori, embodied it.
See,
was he?
Yeah. So Tori for Chick's Tape says he took all of our favorite like 2000s artists and remixed their songs. So the song with Luda, Ashanti, Maya, Trey Songz, Chris Brown, Jagged Edge, Mario.
He's another guy that I think could come out of the project too.
Mario, he needs to.
Beautiful. I think he's got. I think it's plenty of space. R&B genre, you know, kind of. I don't want to say it's lacking, but
it's not lacking. It's just not on.
It's just not on. Yeah, it's not on the forefront. So I think he would be someone that could come out and push that agenda again. We need that for sure.
Speaking of what we need, I'm not gonna lie. I think you may possibly get an album from a certain somebody that's a real veteran. And you know what? I think when you get this album from him, because he's such a pioneer and revolutionizer, you know what? You might get an album from this individual
highlight saying,
do something else. Because that's literally what he's gonna do when he brings you this album. Do something else. I'm talking about T-Pain, people. Yeah. T-Pain. Don't be surprised if you get a T-Pain album in 2022.
That would be
he
good.
He said that he is, and he said that this is his last one. Yeah. Like he's not gonna do any more like full-blown projects after this.
Yeah.
See. So you best believe T-Pain, man. It might be a real good one if that's the case. A real good one. To be a final one, it's nothing like when it's your final. So hey, ladies and gentlemen, 2022 shall be very interesting musically. I'm looking forward to seeing the buzz, who blows up, who gets talked about the most, and who is the most memorable of this year. I know Derrick's excited. I'm excited. Janean's excited. We're all excited. So happy 2022, people, as we get ready for the ride. And y'all already know we're going to be right here to cover and give y'all all the glide. because that's what we do right here on Pass the Ox, ladies and gentlemen. So, hey, crew, go ahead and get y'all socials, man, so we can get these folks up out of here, man.
Instagram at Nina Soul, NIINASOL. Links to everything is in the bio.
Why are you so ashamed?
So cringy, but the links are in the bio though.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
For real,
yeah, you can find me Derrick_OTS, DERRICK, black way to spell it.
Yep.
But follow the brand at OTS Media Co. We're gaining a lot of traction on Facebook, picking up some more subscribers on YouTube, but I would like to get to 400 on Instagram by my birthday.
Let's do it.
I would like to get there. February 1st is my birthday, so if we can get, and that's just 12 people. I'm just asking for 12 more followers. We're at 388, I think, right now. Might be 389, so 11 or 12. But if we can get that, that'd be beautiful. So at OTS Media Co. Like Janine said, link in the bio. I'll give you everything.
I tell you what. Here's a nice incentive for the people. You ready? 12 people subscribe to make that 400 for my man's birthday, by my man's birthday, and I'll drop a new song ready for you.
Let's do it.
It's a challenge.
Let's do it.
Y'all niggas love challenges, so let's make it happen. Yeah. Do we need to make it a hashtag? Like whatever needs to be done here.
Something.
I got a lot stored up in the song bank, man. So I'm just saying, I'll pick one at random and say, hey, there you go, in honor of 400.
Let's go.
400 is a whole new track for you, baby. So
there's one track I've been waiting for you to drop.
A track that shall not be named.
Yes. Yes. That's actually going to be dropping on the month of your birthday.
Yeah.
Wait, mine?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Your month.
Okay. We've been hearing that for 2 years, but let's see what happens. Let's see what happens.
Seeing is believing, or hearing is believing.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you already know what it is, man. Thank y'all so much for always rocking with us and tuning in, man. As Derrick always said, follow all things at OTS Media Co. on Instagram, Twitter, and the Book of Face. Ladies and gentlemen, you already know. Follow all of those things because we appreciate y'all so much. www.otsmediaco.com. All right. Make sure you check out the update to the website. Yes. Check out all the articles. Check out all the dope shows under the platform, including some shows that are about to make their season debut and return very soon. That being said, we appreciate y'all so much for always rocking with us, always supporting us, always downloading our content because you guys are what is the real MVP of the evening. So thank y'all so much for rocking with us, and we are officially passing the ox to you. Hey!